G'day viewers, well, I've found that this fridge, this freezer, I did sell it and the customer was happy with it, but until they plugged it in and they tripped their breaker, like, what's going on here? I ran this thing and it ran fine. Well, as soon as I tested it to earth, the bloody compressor's gone to earth. And I don't have any safety switches here, so I was using this thing without a safety switch and it was running fine. Because the person that bought this went to a new house with RCDs. So as I turned it on, bang, tripped the whole RCD circuit. It's like, oh shit. So yeah, sure enough, this compressor's gone to earth. I've seen it come across a couple of those Panasonics go to earth in the past. But I've got one here, it's from the early 90s. That one's from 2004. Same one, same rating, same power rating. I've recorded a couple of other last videos years ago. I used to use this thing as an air compressor. I've flushed this thing and cooked it to get the moisture out of the system, flushed it a bunch of times. I had it running in this little catch can. All the impurities just fall to the bottom, and it actually looked really clean. And I changed the oil again, sucked it down, let it get nice and toasty warm, and I purged in some R134A. Just let it circulate around. And she cleared right up. I'm going to whack this in because it's got this little coil down here. It's got the coil on the bottom which actually helps cool the compressor oil as part of the circuit. Cools the compressor down that way. Because it's got this coil on the bottom here, I need one the same as this. What this bit on the bottom does, there's a coil on the bottom down there which helps cool the compressor a little bit. Part of the slightly cold gases back from the evaporator go through here, and it helps to keep the compressor, a bit of extra cooling for the compressor. But since that compressor there is going to drop straight in, I could use any compressor really, but because it's got this defrost tray, which evaporates the water with a rejected heat, that defrost catch tray is only designed for a Panasonic compressor. So that's why I've got to use a Panasonic compressor. There we go. Another thing, I scored this Aeronox blast chiller. Works quite well, but that evaporator fan's not working. I'm going to fault find this. So it's quite a nice bit of kit. Aeronox is one of the best blast chiller manufacturers around. Made in Italy. 7.1 amps, only a small unit. There's a smallest blast chiller that you can buy, other than the Chinese one that goes on the bench. But very nicely made. It's got a nice running gear in it. As I said, it all cools. Everything else in it's fine, but the evaporator fan, which is absolutely crucial. This evaporator fan revs its tits off, and that's what actually makes the blast chiller part blast chill. Because that fan's not working, it's just acting as a very expensive bar fridge. They're about 10 grand, these bloody little things, to buy new. Not cheap, but they're bloody well made well though. It's got a spare Embraco compressor in it, and pretty nicely designed system actually. Anyway, another thing I scored. Hopefully something I can score and flip. This was a manky old chest freezer. It's a 210 litre Fisher and Paykel. Before that one, that is Fisher and Junkel, which they were junk brand nowadays. You can't really buy decent chest freezers anymore. They're all made in China now, which is pretty much a cardboard box with a cheap ass compressor and line set in it. This is a Panasonic compressor. This is from about 2004, 2005. And it just apparently stopped working, so I've got to fix that up and get some money for that. There was like a bloody wheelie bin in there. Man, it stunk. Like off milk and off cheese and everything in the bottom of it. I also got this to flip. Little a Bosch fridge. Some old lady, oh it doesn't work. You can take it, it's going in the bin. But I'm getting good heat rejection. It's got a Samsung Korean made compressor. Looks like the same shell as Panasonic's compressors actually. Bit of a difference in the top part there. Made in Korea, R134A 5.5 lock rotor amps. It doesn't have the cooling fill on the bottom, so it's got the fan. That's where you would normally put your high pressure side of the gauge set to go on here. It's got your taps off the filter dryer, you put your high pressure side there. It's got a water dispenser and everything in this thing. I doubt it's German made, it's still be Thai made I reckon. I don't know why the compressor doesn't sit right. That should be sitting square. Man, that's getting rejecting nice heat. I cleaned out this bloody condenser coil, took the back off it, and it was just chockers of shit. I like how the condensers like this. This is how even the cheap Chinese shit fridges you buy should have a system just like that, even in the most basic ones. That's a really good system, rather than running a line set through here and here, which is just a stupid design. There's aluminium pipe work. This part is the evaporators or aluminium pipe work. Got your water solenoids, little flow meter there, tells the it just sends a message to the control board if the water's off or not to start pumping water or feeding water through from the mains. There's an Electrosucks water filter up there, which you must have in your drinking water. Stainless steel doors. A fairly made in the last 10 years energy efficiency label on it. Screen all works. You press this, your cups fill up, the light comes on. I've got to fix this, so I don't know how the hell to adjust that. It's not serviceable, it's bloody shit. And we're blowing a bit of cold air still. From what I can see, it's probably been about 2 or 3 years since this was last used. Here's where you put your water in there, your bottle goes in there somewhere, which comes out of here, your ice thing. Getting cold slowly. Yeah, slowly getting cold. So basically you press the ice button and the ice will pop out of here. You get ice out of there and it fills the water up. You can buy these, aren't you? This isn't the cheap brand either, Bosch. You buy the most expensive appliances, you get German, but if you buy the cheaper range, you get Chinese crap. But Liebherr makes some nice domestic fridges, so that's probably the only ones I would go for. If ever want to buy a new fridge for the house that's ever going to last, I go for a Liebherr, which you're going to buy from specialty shops. Because I know that they're pretty much a cross-trend of commercial quality sort of a unit for a domestic. Miller's kind of the same. They Bosch and Miele and Liebherr make all inbuilt fridges that builds into your cupboard. Look at that crap sort of come out. Absolutely filthy. You see here, just check that the lines aren't rubbing through. That was touching on here. It hasn't rubbed the line through, but you don't want to have lines vibrating against each other. What I thought would be better than that being an expensive Bosch fridge. Yeah, a sand scum compressor on a Bosch appliance. But it's Korean made though. At least these don't fail like the LG linear compressors do. Filthy one. The screw there, what that came out of? Probably the handle. I'll see how that handle goes on. I'll see how I can get these bloody handles off this fridge. There's normally a way you can get the fridge door handles off. There's screws in the bottom, there's a clue there. That's something we'll do with the handle on the top half. Let's have a look. Fixed. Easy as that. You just under the bottom one, hook it out off the big pin and it unhooks off the top and you can do the screw up. Oh, that's easily fixed. There's an awful lot of electronics in these things, eh? Which is up inside this top bit here. There's a control board and circuit board in there. Pretty much runs your front display board and everything. A lot of unnecessary crap to go wrong, but if the fridge is made with good quality components, it should be fine. Yeah, your wiring all comes out of that. There's a circuit board in there. Now, if you really wanted to keep the fridge and convert it to an old school one, there's a guy at South Africa, JD Now Refrigeration. He converts these sorts of fridges where they've been hit with power surges, things like that. You can't get boards for them anymore. He just bypasses all that unnecessary crap, puts an old school dial thermostat, that's it. And all this stuff just doesn't do anything anymore. But, it's pretty good. buy a surge bus. If you're going to spend money in a fridge like this, buy a good power surge protector to plug it into. There's a lot of stuff that can be at stake if you get a power surge, especially something this expensive. Anyway, that'll be enough for now. Thanks for watching.